Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know there's been a bit of a waiting for many of us, and I hope when the show begins completely, you will enjoy the entire evening. And it's going to be extremely exciting. We have this, I know you have the itinerary, but let me tell you that, the success of Asia One, the reason for its success is right now the people on that side of the room and all of you who grace us with the honor of having you here from Mumbai, from the other cities of India, from so many countries. And I think a big, big round of applause for all of you, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we started, with this vision, and I see many of you, have been part of the Asia One family for many years now. And you all know this red flipping logo which says Greatest Brands and Leaders. Initially, when we started in 2015, was only called Asia GCC, and many of you have been awarded with your brands with the Asia GCC logo of Greatest Brands and Leaders. Because when we started with this vision, we thought that when you think of the greatest brands and leaders, subconsciously you start thinking of the American and the European brands, and you don't think of the Asian brands. And that was the vision initially. Asia was always looked upon as a great consumer market, but no one was really talking about the brands and the leaders of Asia. So that was the initial vision of Asia One. Let me tell you, in this one almost decade, we have been instrumental that now the logo says Asia, Americas, Africa, and Europe, for a reason that so many of you are participating from so many regions of the entire world. And that's been the success for Asia One in this one decade. And may I request again for a huge round of applause for all of you being here. Your Excellencies, the Council Generals, the Ambassadors, all of you are the first citizens of your countries here, and I know your busy schedules, and pleasure to have all of you here. So many of you grace us. I'm happy to tell you, just in the last 9 years, we've honored about 200 countries throughout the globe, and it's an honor to have all of you here. So many of you here are from so many diverse industries. And honestly, I was having dinner with few friends last evening here at the same hotel. And the first thing, which when I think of Mumbai, is that it's one of my favorite cities in the world. And just yesterday, Mumbai has been coined as the largest number of billionaires in Asia, just ahead of Shanghai, and now the third in the world, after New York and London. So I think a big round of applause for Mumbai City. Having said this, ladies and gentlemen, two of the largest democracies of the world are going to see national elections this year, America and India itself. And the 92 billionaires in Mumbai, and who is the Chief Minister? The humble and the Honorable Chief Minister of Mumbai, Shri Eknath Shinde, comes from driving a cab. That is the most amazing thing of a democracy. A city that has the largest number of billionaires in India has the Chief Minister who comes from the most humble background of this region. And I have met him myself. He was supposed to be honored at this occasion, but you all know what's happening in Maharashtra in the elections, and they're all busy. But he sends his regards, for this entire summit. I still hope he can be here till this evening. We will have some other ministers gracing the occasion, but honor and pleasure to have all of you here. The Asia One Greatest Brands and Leaders is not a publication, is not an online venture, is not a television venture. It's passion behind the brands that you bring in. And let me tell you, many of you are first generation entrepreneurs. Many of you are CXOs and CEOs and professionals who started on your own. And the unfortunate thing that I find with some of my contemporaries, which are the Forbes magazine, Fortune, Time, that they only look at market capitalization when they do ratings and rankings. We don't. We look at what is the emotional quotient in your brand, how have you built this brand, and how are you taking this forward. And this entire evening, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be about this passion of brands and the greatest brands and greatest leaders. Let me end by talking about some of our sponsors, the DRC Roots brand. It's a pleasure to have them. They're going to be here soon on the stage. We have a couple of these fashion show events. I have the Lintex brand, which is Dr. Ashish Chaudhary. It's a sustainability brand in medical practicing. We have the Hosaf Group from Bangladesh. Pleasure and honor to have them. We have the Reva University. Honor to have all of you here as partners. Sangeeta mentioned we have 7 channels that we work with throughout the world. ET Now, CNBC, CTV, and now Colors International. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Honor and pleasure to have all of you here. Let's begin the evening. Thank you.